In this video, I'm going to create this fun Halloween pop-up card. But the technique I'm going to show you today can be applied for any occasion. I'll also be using elements from the Hero Arts September 2024 Card Kit of the Month. Hi, this is Anna of Crafty Anna Studio. Welcome back to my YouTube channel where I post paper crafting and card making tutorials. Before I get into the technique, let's take a quick look at this month's kit. The first thing you see in the kit is this inspiration card where you see several layouts on how you can apply the elements inside the kit. The 6x8 stamp set in the kit are silhouette images of a house, the moon, a tree, some ghosts, bats, and then you have silhouette images of kids trick-or-treating, as well as sentiments, and of course coordinating dies. There's also a 3x4 stamp set of animal silhouettes and creepy eyes. There is also a fancy die of a moon with silhouette branches, a mini ink cube of unicorn white pigment ink, and a glow-in-the-dark lacquer pen. Also included in the kit are 2 rolls of clear washi tape, one with black ravens and the other with white pumpkins. The papers included in the kit are 10 sheets of 8.5 by 5.5 black watercolor cardstock and 2 sheets of rub-ons with Halloween images. Now let's get into the tutorial where I will make this top folding pop-up card. I have here a piece of thick white cardstock sized 8.5 by 11. I place the cardstock on the 8.5 inch side and I'm going to cut it at 4.25 down the middle. Then with a scoreboard, I will place the paper on 11th inch side and score it down at 5.5. Then I will fold it in half using the edges of my scoreboard. Then I will do the same for the other half. Now I have 2 top folding card bases, which I will use for this technique. Then I will take one of the 2 card bases and with my paper trimmer, I'm going to cut about 1/2 inch from the score line. Then I will set this aside while I work on the other card base. Then I will take the other card base that I had folded earlier and place it on my stamping platform. I make sure that the fold is below and the flap on top. And I will secure the top with washi to prevent it from flipping up while I stamp on it. I take the haunted house silhouette from the stamp set and place it on the bottom left-hand side of the folded card base. I close the door of my stamp positioning tool to pick up the stamp, and I'm going to stamp this with black pigment ink to get a very good impression. I missed a few spots, so I'm going to stamp it another time. I remove it from the stamping platform carefully. Now this mat is quite sticky, so I'm just being very careful. Then I take a ruler and with a pencil, I'm going to mark 1/2 inch from the fold line. This is an important step later on when we die cut the image. Next, I take the coordinating die and secure it down with washi tape. I bring in my die cutting machine and I place the card panel down on the platform and I take the top plate and I align it on the top half of the image. I use the pencil line as a guide of where the top plate will end. I hold the plate securely as I run it through the die cutting machine to make sure the top plate doesn't shift. I remove the washi tape very carefully so as not to tear the paper. Then I take a pair of scissors and cut along the penciled lines on either side. Then with detailed scissors, I'm just going to snip off the rest. At this stage, I'm going to stamp the sentiment before I assemble the card. I'm going to use the Happy Halloween sentiment that's in the stamp set, and I'll stamp it in the middle. Now that I have my stamp platform out, I'm going to stamp the rest of the images I'm going to use for the card. This is the excess that I had cut out earlier from the first cardstock panel. I'm going to use the gate fence image, the graveyard image, and these two ghost images. I place them down on the cardstock, close the door of my stamping platform, and I will ink up the stamps. I am using black pigment ink for this. I remove it from the sticky mat, and then I will use the coordinating dies to cut them out. As of the recording of this video, I'm actually 10 subscribers away from 1,000, and I'm really hoping that if you haven't subscribed yet, that you would support me and subscribe to my channel. I have an upcoming video at the end of the month where I'm going to show how I made an album journal out of a cardboard box. If that interests you, please subscribe so you don't miss it. For the design of the inside front and the front of the card, I have here 2 panels of black cardstock cut to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Then I will take one of the Hero Arts rectangle frames, size 4 by 5 1/4, to cut out 1/8 of an inch frame from each panel. This is actually entirely optional. You could use a paper trimmer to cut 1/8 of an inch all around. And the reason I'm doing this, you will see later on. Then I will take the moon silhouette die from the kit and place it on the upper half of the card panel. I leave about 1/2 inch allowance at the top and on the side. Then I run it through the die cutting machine. Then I remove it very carefully as the branches are quite delicate. This one will be for the front of the card. Then I will do the same with the other black cardstock panel, but this time I'm going to position the moon silhouette a little more towards the right side of the panel. This one I'm going to use on the inside front of the card. Next, for the front of the card, I'm going to stamp some images. I'm going to place this inside my stamping platform. I'm going to take all the creepy eyes and the sentiment "I've got my eyes on you" and lay them out. I'm going to heat emboss the images, so I'm going to prep my surface with anti-static powder and then take Versamark ink, apply it generously onto the stamps and press it down firmly to get a good impression. You can actually use the unicorn ink to do this because it's also a pigment ink and the embossing powder will stick to it. But in this case, I'm just going to use Versamark ink. I'm going to sprinkle it generously with white embossing powder, tap it a few times at the back to remove the excess powder, and then I'm going to heat set it with my heat tool, starting from the back and then moving on to the front. I wanted the silhouette moon to look like it's glowing, so I'm going to take some of the unicorn ink and a blending brush, and I'm going to lightly blend around the edges of the circle. Applying this white ink will make it look like the moon is glowing. Then I will do the same for the other die cut panel. Now let's work on the pop-up design for the card. I did it once again. I thought I was recording, but I didn't. But basically what I did was I took the haunted house that I had die cut earlier, then I added the fence gate cutouts right at the very bottom, right above the fold line. I did add extra dimension to the fence gates because I wanted it to be very sturdy. I'm now cutting strips of acetate, which I will use to adhere these ghosts to look like they're floating above the haunted house and the gates. So I just add glue at the very tip of the acetate strip and add the ghosts right on top. Now it's here you can imagine that this card could actually be an all-occasion card. You can have, instead of the haunted house, you can have like a garden of flowers, and then these little bees are the ones flying around at the top. So you can see how you can also change it into balloons or anything that you feel like should be floating above your images. Just use your imagination and the possibilities are endless. So here I am checking the positioning of my ghosts, and then I'm going to add glue at the very end, and I'm going to adhere one of them on the left side and then the other one on the right side. If you're interested in more pop-up designs, I have one video linked above that you may be interested in checking out. Then I'm going to take the other panel that I had cut earlier, the 1/2 inch tab, and I'm going to adhere it at the back of the die cut haunted house. I'm adding a generous amount of glue. I'm going to fold it in and I'm going to align it right at the back, at the very top. Make sure everything is aligned and then press it down. And here, when I open the card, you can see that the image just pops right up. Then I'm going to make a little pop-up tab for the graveyard image. I'm taking a thin strip of paper and I'm going to fold it in about 1/8 of an inch. I'm going to fold it in 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then open it up. And here it will look like a little cube or a little square. And that's going to be my pop-up mechanism for the graveyard image. I'm adding a dot of glue and then I'm going to close up the cube. Press it down and then I'm going to snip off the excess. I'm going to adhere this at the back of the graveyard image so that when I open the card, it's going to pop out. I'm going to add a small dab of glue again and then adhere it to the back of the graveyard image right in the middle. Make sure it's well secured, and then I'm going to add glue again on the other side and then adhere it to the middle of the 2 fence gates, just right above the fold line. Then I'm going to press it down until it's secured. And here you can see that it sticks out a little when you open up the card. To close the card, I'm just going to press it a little and then put down the pop-up element before I secure the design of the inside of the card. I'm adding a generous amount of glue all over, including all the branches, and I'm going to take it and adhere it right on top, leaving about 1/8 of an inch on all sides. Then I'll close the panel, and now I'm going to adhere the front of the card, the design for the front of the card. Add a generous amount of glue as well, all over, and then add also on all the branches, and adhere it down right in the middle, leaving 1/8 of an inch on all sides. And that finishes off my card. And here is what it looks like when you open up the card. When you flip it open, you can see that the elements just pop right up. And the ghosts look like they're floating on top of the haunted house. Adding that moon in the back just gives it a beautiful finished look. Off camera, I made another card. This time it's a horizontal orientation. So when I open it up, it also pops out. For this one, I added a witch flying on her broomstick. I have a tree with some ravens or crows. And then I also have these trick-or-treat children as the element that pops out in front. Remember that 1/8 border that I cut out earlier? I used it to border the inside of the card. I hope you enjoyed my video today, and I hope you can give this a try. If you are interested in any of the products that I've shown in this video, I have them all linked below. I believe as of the posting of this video, there's still some card kits available for this month. And don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Till next time, bye!